it's Mr. T again. This time we're going to be talking about how to sketch the graph of a piecewise function. So we need to make a coordinate plane. Not very straight. And our boundary line, this rule, the first rule is going to be to the left of 2 for x, and this will be to the right of 2. So our boundary line is x equals 2. So just to help keep us organized, I'm going to put a dashed line where the rules do. So over here we're going to be graphing rule 1, and over here we'll be graphing using rule 2. Now since these are both straight lines, we need 2 or 3 points to be able to graph. So I'm going to do that this time making a table of values. So the table of values for rule 1, we have x and y equals 2x plus 1. I need to pick values of x that are smaller than 2. So let's pick like -1, 0. And even though this rule is not defined at x equals 2, I'm going to pick the boundary number in this table. And I'm going to put a circle around it to remind me that when I graph that point, I've got to graph it with an open circle. Now we need to figure out the y values for these x's by plugging into 2x plus 1. So I got 2 times -1 plus 1. That's -2 plus 1 is -1. Here we have 2 times 0 plus 1. 2 times 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1. And 2, now I'm going to plug this. I'm doing something that's not valid for evaluating functions, but it's valid for when we graph. So I'm going to put this boundary value into rule number 1. So I get 4 plus 1 is 5. So if we graph rule 1, it's only going to be in this half here. So we have 3 points here, -1, -1, 0, 1, and 2, 5. Now 2, 5, we're going to put a open circle here because it's not really defined at that point. And we're only going to draw the part of the line to the left of the boundary because this means x left of or less than 2. Now we need to make a table for rule number 2. Same process we just did. X, y values. This time we're going to calculate using the second rule. I need to pick values that are greater than or equal to 2. So I want to include the boundary condition. And let's pick some bigger values. Since we're multiplying by half, I'm going to pick even numbers to make the math easy to graph. So we put in here -1/2 times 2 plus 1. 2 times -1/2 is -1 plus 1 is 0. Put in 4. -1/2 times 4 is -2 plus 1 is -1. And let's put in 6. And when I calculate that, I'm going to get -2. So if I plot my points on the boundary, it's defined here. So I'm going to put a solid circle at 2, 0. I'm going to put a point at 4, -1, and a point at 6, -2. And now we're going off only to the right because this rule is for values of x greater than 2. And now you can see here we have the graph for this piecewise function. I hope this helps.